Hi, and welcome to PCHTV. I'm Kay.
And I'm Kareen. The PCH dance team continues to meet after school for practice and perform at home games. The choreography is student-led. Kay talked to one of the student choreographers about her experience.
Dancer and choreographer Amaya Harlan has been dancing for 10 years. This year, she participates in her last year of studio dance and dance team. Her start to dance wasn't an overnight decision.
I started dancing because when I was little, my mom, she put me in gymnastics for a week. She thought I was going to get hurt. So then she took me out, and then, I think I had friends at school who used to dance. So then I was I wanted to try that, and I just enjoyed it, and I just kept doing it.
For years, Harlan has danced for her studio, Best Dance and Talent Center. But the transition to dance team was something she had to adjust to.
Dance team is more precise in their movement, so everyone has to be together. The same is for studio, but you have more freedom when you dance, so you don't have to look exactly the same. You get to add your own style into the dance.
Dance team isn't the end of Harlan's dance career. She plans to do much more with dance in the future.
I actually want to open up a dance studio, so 5 years from now, I'll either take over the dance studio that my studio owner now owns, which is Best Dance and Talent Center, or I'll just start my own studio.
The extra hours Harlan puts into dance pay off and help her succeed.
My favorite routine would have to be my solo that I learned 3 years ago. It was the first time I ever placed first overall at the dance competition.
Harlan is proud to say she isn't the same dancer nor person she was when she first started.
It definitely helped me grow as a person. Most of my friends are from dance, and I used to look up to them because I started later than most of the people at my studio. So now I've caught up to them, so we all dance on the same level. So that's nice.
Dancing for her school, and especially dancing with friends, has impacted Harlan's life tremendously.
I feel that most of my confidence as a person has came from dance. Just because when I first started off, I was not as good as everybody else. I didn't have any talent. I'm not really a talented dancer. I just work really hard to get where I am right now.
This has been Kay Tate with PCHTV.
Many cheerleaders don't just cheer for PCH, but also compete. Kareen goes behind the scenes of a competitive cheerleader.
Caitlin Miller is a junior here at Parkway Central High School. She is a cheerleader for both the school's varsity cheerleading team and for a competitive cheerleading team outside of school. Miller became interested in 4th grade and started the sport in 5th grade and has now cheered for 7 years.
Well, my cousin was in high school at the time, and I went down to Kentucky for a trip to watch her perform for high school nationals, and that's when I fell in love with it. So my starting position, I started out being a back spot, and then as I got more into cheer, I became a flyer, and then now I'm back to being a back spot.
Like with any sport, cheerleading can lead to an injury and even put one's practice on hold.
I've been injured twice, and I've broken my ring finger twice in the same place a year apart. I broke my finger by doing the easiest skill. I did a back walkover the first time, and the second time I did a round off. My injury affected my cheering by pushing me back because I wasn't able to improve my tumbling skills. I sat out at practice every time, and I still had to go to practice.
As a result of coronavirus, the PCH cheer team has not been able to cheer this year in front of large crowds.
Yes, I miss it. It's definitely not the same feeling. So because of COVID, we have to wear a mask when we go full out, so that's definitely hard, but other than that, it's pretty normal.
Caitlin has had to turn down many friend get-togethers in the past because of cheer practice and competitions. That said, Caitlin practices cheer almost every day, improving her skills in tumbling.
My favorite memory for competitive cheer is learning my running full for the first time. I basically do cheer every day for high school competitive, and it's usually about 3 hours per practice. For competitive cheer, we take all year to perfect our routine, and it's never really perfect, but we still work on it every practice.
Miller points out the differences between competitive and high school cheer.
Yeah, high school cheer is definitely more laid back than competitive cheer. So for competitive cheer, we go into warm-ups, and we have maybe 30 minutes to warm up our stunts and tumbling, and then we go and perform for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then it's all over. My 2 favorite places I've been for competition is Dallas, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia. For high school cheer, if the team is losing, then we just continue to keep a positive attitude because we're still having fun doing it. My favorite high school cheer to do is block. That's when we just cheer on the team to block the other team.
Though Caitlin has loved being on 2 cheer teams, she is considering leaving her competitive cheer team.
Actually, right now, I'm actually thinking about quitting competitive cheer just because I've had struggles with my tumbling before, so it's just causing too much stress on me.
Caitlin's teammates and coach think highly of her and consider her a great teammate.
I think Caitlin's a great teammate because she's always there for us.
I think Caitlin's a great teammate because she's always so positive and really adds spirit to the team.
Caitlin is a great teammate because she is hardworking, dependable, and she brings a positive attitude to every practice and game, and we all love her dearly.
Like all athletes, Caitlin has dedicated much time, commitment, and passion into her sport, and even if she leaves her competitive cheer team, you will be sure to see Caitlin cheering for the Colts next year during her senior year. Red, black, and white, come on Colts, let's fight. This is Corrine Heller reporting for PCHTV. The senior class has missed out on so much. Brandon finds out how they feel and how the year will end for them.
We can't deny that the pandemic's been hard on everybody, but we're comforted by the fact that eventually things will go back to normal. For the seniors this year, however, this was it. When things do go back to normal, our days in high school will already be over.
I was most looking forward to my senior night in football and to celebrate with my my family and friends.
I mean, it's different. It's obviously really different. Homecoming, coming back, seeing everybody.
I always wanted the cliche, high school movie moment, the prom and the last homecoming, and I'm kind of mad that I never went to the games because I was like, well, I have my senior year left, but I don't.
To not have whatever it is that was on that student's list, it's just, how do you emotionally support them?
The seniors agreed that we've been forced to give up a lot this year, and we're hoping something can be done for us to recognize it.
Honestly, as much as they can do, for us.
Just for the seniors, because I feel like we've been through a lot this year.
I think they should, being that we got the majority of our year taken away.
I mean, we didn't get anything this year at all, not a homecoming, prom, KOH, none of that.
We've always been the guinea pig that they try new things on.
I mean, the seniors last year got 2 months taken away and they got a really big parade and everything. So I think they should really go all out for us this year.
I am actually very hopeful that we're going to have events. We're in the planning stages. We've got things on the books. It's just you don't want to start to share them yet until we kind of know.
Dr. Power says the events the school is planning would take place sometime after spring break. Until then, seniors have been finding their own ways to make the best of the year.
Coming to school, doing my thing, keep my mask on, staying safe.
Just going into every day with an open mind, looking for something new.
Take care of yourself. Be safe with COVID.
Not have a negative senior year just because of what's happening.
Be positive and have a great mindset and manifest and meditate.
The past 2 years are going to build, I think, some of the best leaders. I'm hoping that they'll come back in 10 years to tell me, oh my gosh, look at these great things that I've done. Because I do believe that will happen.
The class of 2021 definitely didn't get the senior year they deserved. But as Dr. Power says, we're not letting it define who we are.
Yes, a lot of this stuff is a disappointment to miss. But honestly, we're still the class. This is still our class, and nobody will be able to take that away. Ever. Forever, this will be our class. We're still a family. We're still a community. Forever.
This has been Brandon Scaife reporting for PCHTV.
How much time do you spend on social media? Bree talks to an expert about the lasting effects of social media on our health.
With the rise of social media in the minds of young teenagers, it's been a challenge to know the true effect of technology.
Some researchers have been saying that apps like TikTok and Instagram have had a huge effect on teenagers' mental health as a whole.
The use of social media has been associated with higher levels of depression and anxiety. So what people don't realize is that when they're putting together their social media profile, they're putting their best foot forward, or they're trying to make their life look as good as possible. And they compare that with the lives of other people doing the same thing. But since they know their life isn't perfect, but they only see other people's lives that look perfect, researchers think that that creates a problem with comparing your own real life with these imaginary or made-up lives. So researchers are studying what the effect of the pandemic will be on social media use and anxiety and depression. But I suspect what they'll find, because more people are using more social media during the pandemic, that you're going to see higher rates of anxiety and depression, because that's what you see normally. The more social media that somebody uses, the more likely they're going to have problems with anxiety and depression.
With the pandemic, some teens have found it harder to face the addiction that social media causes.
Especially since COVID started, I feel like I'm way more addicted to my phone because I have a lot more free time and I can't really go out to many places. And it's it's not that good for my mental health or my mood because it disconnects me from like the real world and like my family and friends and seeing them in real life, and I'm just like trapped looking at a screen all day because I've been going on it more and more as time has passed. It also puts me in like kind of an upset, like sad mood because it feels like I really don't have a life and I'm just like always on my phone. But that's just the way it feels.
This leaves people wondering if the rise of social media's negative effects will lead to the downfall of the digital age. This is Bree Williams reporting for PCHTV.
Alexis is back with a new Keeping It Vegan episode, and this time she takes us grocery shopping, vegan style.
Alright, let's do this. What's up, guys? I'm Alexis Baumgarten with PCHTV, and today we're still keeping it vegan. So as I've gotten more into cooking and eating and just being more aware of the things I'm putting into my body, something that I have grown to really love doing is going to the grocery store. I think that today we're just picking up some like basic things for our pantry that we are running pretty low on, so I'll show you guys those. So we got just some classic jasmine rice, some long grain brown rice, which we're gonna use for dinner tonight. And then I'd never heard of this before, but it's called forbidden rice, and it's like a black short grain. We have barbecue kettle chips and sweet and salty boom chicka pop. We've got a big bag of russet potatoes. We got 4 sweet potatoes for dinner tonight. We got a yellow onion and a red onion. We also got a bag of carrots. We got some tomatoes. Next we have collard greens. I got mushrooms so I can make miso soup. Limes. We got a bag of sprouts. We also picked up some delicata squash. I also got some blueberries because that's my favorite fruit, and some strawberries because they looked good today. Got a pack of bagels. I like bagels. My dad likes bagels. Today we got a loaf of ciabatta. We got a pack of the Follow Your Heart smoked Gouda. We got a large, as you can tell, thing of we picked up some more decaf green tea. And then last but certainly not least, we got 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. Alright, so there has been a lot of talk of dinner in this video. So I decided I'm going to share with you guys what I'm making tonight. We are doing miso enlightenment bowls, I believe is what the cookbook called them. I am starting out by doing my own miso glaze on the sweet potatoes. So to make that, I just combine about 1/4 cup of miso paste with 1 to 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 1 to 2 tablespoons of agave, a splash of mirin, which is a Japanese cooking wine, and then sometimes I'll put sesame seeds in there for crunch, but not always. The first thing I had to do was roast my sweet potatoes, so I sliced those, put them on a tray lined with parchment paper and the miso glaze, and popped them in the oven for about 30 minutes at 400 degrees. Then, once I had everything prepared, it was time to assemble. I started with a layer of brown rice, which then I topped with sweet potatoes, carrots, some edamame, my tofu, microgreens, and green onion. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you're inspired for your next grocery trip. This is Alexis Baumgarten with PCHTV, signing off. Don't forget to keep it vegan.
Thanks for watching.